Hi everyone, and welcome to tutorial number 6 of the Learn Java for Beginners course. In this video, we're going to be learning about the for loop. So the first thing you'll need to do is open up your Java engine and start up a new project. As you can see, I already have my main method set up. So type in the main method. If you're done typing in your main method, we're ready to start learning about for loops. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type in the syntax of for loops, and then I'll explain it to you. So, what this does is, when the computer executes this for loop, the first thing that it sees is this block of code. Int I is equal to 0. It says, okay, this person set a variable I to be equal to 0. The next thing it checks out is I is less than 4. So this is the second block of code in the for loop, and this is something like a boolean. This is something like a boolean value because regularly it is checking and making sure that the variable I is still less than 4. As long as it is less than 4, so what this second block is basically saying is that as long as I is less than 4, so as long as I less than 4 is true, then keep the loop going. But if at any point I becomes equal to 4 or greater than 4, then exit the loop and stop everything and break. So the third part of code, and as you can see, the last part of code is I++. So what this does is it adds on 1 to I every single time it reaches this part of code. So basically what we want to do by running this code is print out the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3 on a separate line each. And yeah, you can do this using the print statement, but we can also use it, but in this tutorial we're using the for loop because that's the subject of this video. The for loop is the subject of this video. So the example that we're going to be doing is that we want that output to be 0, 1, 2, and 3 on separate lines each, on a new line each. So once the computer gets to the end of this code, the variable I is not 0 anymore, because as I just said, I++ adds on 1 to that variable I. So now I is equal to 1. Then the loop starts all over again, which is why it's a loop. Int I is equal to 1 this time. Then it's checking, is I less than 4? Nope, I changed the value to 1, but it is still less than 4. So you can continue with your loop. I++, I is now equal to 2. Is I still less than 4? Yes, 2 is less than 4. So continue with the loop. I++, I is now equal to 3. So then int I is equal to 3. Is 3 less than 4? Yes, it is true that 3 is less than 4, so you can continue with the loop. I++, I is now equal to 4. So then the computer goes all the way to the beginning again. Int I is equal to 4. Is I less than 4? No, because I is equal to 4 and 4 is equal to 4, not less than 4. So at this point, the computer exits the program. So we're just going to quickly save this and run it. And if you go to your console, you see that nothing happened. Why did nothing happen? Because we didn't tell the computer to print out the value of I. Because the only way that you're going to get 0, 1, 2, and 3 printed out on separate lines is if you tell the computer to print out the value of I. But as you can see here, we didn't tell the computer to print anything. Yes, we told the computer, we programmed a loop, and once you click run, this loop is going in, this loop is executed and it is running, but you can't see the result because you didn't add a print statement. So we're going to do that, add a print statement by adding two of these brackets, and then click enter, and whatever you type in between these two brackets is going to be printed. And it is very important you do your print statement within these two brackets. If you do it outside of these two brackets, then it will not be run, it will not execute properly. So you need to type in system.out.println x, and we don't want to print out x, we want to print out I. We have an error because I can't be resolved to a variable, so we're just going to take that semicolon out, and as you can see, there's no errors. So the computer just executes this piece of code, and then once it reaches 4, the loop breaks and it goes on to the next line where it prints out all the values of I, all the previous values of I, and then the computer sees the previous values of I have been 0, 1, 2, and 3, so it prints out all of these on separate lines. So we're going to save this again and run it. And as you can see, it prints out 0, 1, 2, and 3 on separate lines. And again, it doesn't print out 4 because we have this Boolean-like thing, and when I becomes 4, then it exits the loop because the loop only continues and goes on if I is less than 4, but if I is equal to 4 or greater than 4, then the loop exits, and 4 is equal to 4, so the loop exits, which is why there is no 4 printed out. It is only 0, 1, 2, and 3. That is the end of tutorial number 6 of the Learn Java for Beginners course. I hope it was helpful to you. If you learned a lot and if you enjoyed, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, and I will be back with tutorial number 7 very soon.